Listen close now, because what you're about to receive wasn't sent by chance. The very fact your eyes have found these words right now is the first sign that heaven's gates have already swung open in your name. Don't look away. Don't quiet the voice of your soul, because the whisper behind this message isn't from a stranger. It's the voice of the one who carries the sword of fire, the prince of the heavenly armies, the archangel standing before the throne. He's come to declare that your time of silence has come to an end. You who felt alone this month of May, who lay your head at night feeling the weight of an empty bed pressing down on your chest. You who've cried in the shower so no one would hear. You who've smiled in public while your heart bled in private. Lift your face now. The message descending from above bears your name engraved in letters of gold. The promise is clear. Your love is coming, and it comes escorted by fire, light, and divine authority. Don't doubt what you're reading. Don't let the enemy of your peace whisper that this is mere coincidence. Nothing in the kingdom of the Spirit is random. The very fact that you're here, breathing, aware, and attentive, is the seal that you've been chosen for a great encounter, a powerful restoration, a turning point that will mark a before and after in your story. For too long, you've carried chains that were never yours. You've borne betrayals that weren't your fault. You've been wounded by mouths that swore eternal loyalty, and by hands that promised to lift you up, but instead pushed you down into the dust. You know the bitterness of being abandoned when you needed shelter most. You know the chill of a phone that never rings, the silence of a name that no longer calls, the lonely birthdays passing without a single embrace that truly understood the weight of your years. You gave love to those who treated it like a throwaway coin. You trusted those who turned your secrets into weapons. You gave your time to people who never valued a single minute of your dedication. Yet in the midst of it all, you kept going. You rose each morning, washed your face, placed a smile on your lips, and moved forward. Because deep down, even when your mind told you to quit, there was a voice whispering that something greater was being prepared just for you. That voice is no fantasy. It's no figment of your imagination. It's the echo of heaven reminding you that the chosen aren't those who suffer the least, but those who endure the most without losing their light. Now listen closely, because what I'm about to share touches the very heart of your struggle. Everything you've faced in the visible world, every betrayal, every closed door, every lost love, every season of financial drought, every illness that came without warning, every friend who became an enemy, that's just the surface of a much greater battle being fought above your head and beneath your feet. There's a layering to this fight, and what you see with your natural eyes is only the thinnest veil of what truly moves the wheels of your destiny. While you cried alone, councils were held in the unseen. While you believed yourself forgotten, your name was being proclaimed in the heavenly courts. While you thought no one was fighting for you, a whole legion was already mobilized for the day of your visitation. And that's why I need to tell you something the voices of this world won't. They cannot perceive what lies beyond the curtain of flesh. The guide I bring you now, the digital book of the 7 swords of Archangel Michael, is a sacred manual. It reveals how to activate each layer of protection and breakthrough. It shows how to break the curses spoken against your love life, how to seal the blessings already declared over your name, and how to awaken the calling of the chosen one that's been sleeping inside you far too long. This material has faced attacks and opposition. Those who don't want you free have tried to silence it, but the link waits for you, pinned at the very top of the comments. And if right now something inside you stirs, if your hands tremble just a little, if your chest tightens with a mix of fear and hope, that's your sign. Go ahead and comment now with the words, "I am chosen," and I will download the digital book. That declaration is the seed that opens heaven above your situation and confirms to the spiritual realm that you're ready to receive what's been reserved for you since the foundation of the world. Now that you've planted that seed of fire, keep listening. The archangel doesn't stop. The message doesn't pause. The prophecy continues unfolding over your life in this very moment. Right now, as you read these words, a stirring moves through the spiritual atmosphere around you. Chains that once bound your wrists are loosening. Knots tied around your heart are unraveling. Words of curse spoken over your destiny by envious mouths are being burned up by the flames of the heavenly sword. The one destined to be your companion, the one who carries the matching half of the covenant written upon your soul, is being prepared this very hour. They're being moved, redirected, purified, so that when you meet, there will be no old burdens, no emotional debts, no spiritual contamination to interfere with what God Himself has sealed. You will not receive crumbs disguised as a feast. You will not receive imitations dressed as truth. You will not receive someone who comes only to drain your energy and disappear at the first storm. The escort that accompanies the arrival of your love is the same that walks with kings, the same that opens paths in the desert, the same that parts seas and silences the roar of lions. Do you understand the magnitude of what's being said? Do you see now that the loneliness you've known was not punishment, but preparation, not abandonment, but selection, not the absence of God, but the most intense form of His presence working deep within where your eyes could not see? There comes a moment in the journey of every chosen one when an angel descends and lays a hand upon the shoulder, and that moment, my friend, is now for you. The angel touches your shoulder, and the weight you've carried for years falls to the ground. The angel touches your shoulder, and the tears you've held back for so long finally flow as a river of healing instead of a river of pain. The angel touches your shoulder, and what was anguish transforms into authority, fear into faith, lament into command. From this hour on, you no longer walk as one begging for affection. You walk as one who knows affection seeks you. From this hour on, you don't wait by the door wondering if someone will arrive. You stand there knowing the one who comes is already aligned with heaven's purpose for your life. Those voices that mocked you, that said you'd die alone, that whispered no one would ever truly love you, those voices are about to be silenced and ashamed before the glory about to manifest in your home. Justice is no mere metaphor. It is a real and divine movement of the unseen hand that returns to each soul what has been sown. Those who once laughed at your tears will witness your celebration. Those who turned away in your weakness will behold your strength. Those who counted you defeated will be compelled to acknowledge that the God who never forsook you knew precisely the day, the hour, and the very minute when your morning would break. And that morning is breaking now. Do not measure the nearness of your blessing by the outward appearance of your day, for what is conceived in the Spirit does not answer to the calendar of human eyes. There are divine appointments written for the 7th day, the 17th day, the 27th day of this very month, encounters not born of chance, but of obedience, readiness, and the spiritual disposition of those prepared to receive. The provision that accompanies this new chapter arrives not only as a warm embrace, but also as open doors in your finances, debts cancelled by mercy, opportunities rising where once you saw only walls, and health restored to parts of your body that doctors had long surrendered. For the love that comes escorted by the archangel does not arrive empty-handed. It comes not merely with words or promises, but bearing the full arsenal of the kingdom, the keys to storehouses once sealed against you, and the breath of life that revives every dry bone of your story. Listen closely now, for here the second layer of revelation begins to unfold. The 7 swords of the archangel are not mere symbols fashioned for decoration. They are real spiritual instruments entrusted to those who know how to wield them with faith and discipline. There is the sword that severs the inheritance of generational curses flowing through your bloodline, curses that, unbeknownst to you, caused you to repeat the same patterns of broken love your ancestors endured. There is the sword that guards the gate of your home against false alliances. There is the sword that seals your dreams against nocturnal attacks that drained your peace. There is the sword that opens the path to providential encounters. There is the sword that purifies the eyes of your discernment, so you no longer mistake counterfeit for truth. There is the sword that crowns you with the authority of the chosen. And there is the sword that, when wielded with conviction, summons legions of light to walk visibly before you in the season of your manifestation. All of this, each sacred mystery, is revealed within the digital book of the 7 swords of the Archangel Michael, the sacred guide some have called dangerous because it challenges those who profit from your spiritual ignorance, a message that confronts the empty narratives that have trapped thousands in cycles of unworthy love. The link is pinned at the very top of the comments, awaiting those ready to cease accepting less than what was prophesied. Declare now in this very moment, I am chosen and I will download the digital book. For every word you speak becomes a key turning within the spiritual atmosphere of your home, and the heavens mark every confession of faith you utter. Return with me now to the river of revelation, for this prophecy still has much to deliver before the seal of this encounter is complete. Do you feel the change within your body as you hear these words? Do you notice a warmth flowing down your spine, a moistness in your eyes, a profound certainty rising in your chest? This is no mere emotion, it is confirmation. The Spirit recognizes the voice that calls it by name, and your spirit is being summoned now to step out of the cave of isolation and walk toward the meadow of communion. The one coming for you is not coming to complete you. You are already whole in the eyes of your Creator. The one coming for you comes to multiply who you already are, to celebrate what you have become through the fire, to honor what was forged in the silence of nights when no one saw your tears. You need not perform or hide your essence. You need not shrink yourself to fit into the limited vision of others, for the escort that brings this love admits only those who see your true magnitude. And to the voice of doubt that still lingers within your mind, the voice that asks, "Why would this happen to me? What have I done to deserve such a visitation?" I answer with the authority of this message, you have done what many refused. You have remained faithful in the absence of evidence. You have continued to believe when faith seemed like madness. You have lit your own candles when no one else would strike a match, and the heavens never forget those who keep their lamp burning through the longest nights. The reward is not random. It is precise, arriving in measure with what was endured in grace. Therefore prepare your house, prepare your heart, prepare your wardrobe and your words. For the day of visitation does not announce itself on a calendar. It announces itself with an inner certainty that what was promised draws so near the very air begins to taste different. Speak aloud with me now the declaration that seals this hour. I receive the love that comes with celestial escort. I receive the protection of the 7 swords. I receive the breaking of every curse spoken against my affections. I receive the restoration of my finances, my health, my joy. I receive the justice that silences mocking voices. I receive the new name the heavens have written for me. I receive the new chapter beginning at this very moment. Speak with the certainty of one who already sees what has not yet appeared. For faith is the substance of things hoped for, and from this moment forward, your faith ceases to be a request and becomes your possession. Before we close, I make one final call, for a prophet does not abandon the people on the journey. If any part of what you have heard here has touched your soul, if you recognize your story in these words, if your eyes have been moistened or your heart burned with conviction, do not let this hour pass without sealing this alliance. The digital book of the 7 swords of the Archangel Michael, the sacred guide to break curses, seal blessings, and activate the calling of the chosen, is waiting at the very top of the comments pinned first. The price is small compared to the years you have invested in cycles that yielded nothing. This material was crafted to be your daily companion in the days leading to the encounter that approaches. Declare now without hesitation, I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. For the act of declaring is the act of receiving, and the heavens move swiftly for those who walk in agreement with what is revealed. And now, by the authority of the one sent, with the voice of the Prince of the armies, I pronounce upon your life the solemn blessing of this new beginning. May the light descending this moment dissolve every shadow you carried unknowingly. May the love approaching find your house prepared, your soul healed, your eyes ready to behold what is truly genuine. May the 7 swords stand guard around your bed through the nights and watch over your steps by day. May every weapon formed against your affections be returned to sender as ashes scattered on the wind. May the next time you gaze upon the empty side of your bed be the last time, for the one who arrives carries the seal of permanence, not the perfume of passage. May the months remaining in this season be filled with confirmation upon confirmation, sign upon sign, door upon door opening just when you need it most. May you never again mistake loneliness for abandonment, for what you endured was preparation, what you live now is anticipation, and what is coming is celebration. This new chapter begins in this very moment. The page turns gently before your eyes, the ink still fresh upon the parchment of your days. Walk forward, chosen one, walk tall and sure, knowing the escort beside you is the same that parts seas and stills storms. The Amen of the heavens has been pronounced upon your name. Go in peace and ready your heart, for love is already on its way and the angel does not arrive late.